All right, so here we are, video number 2. This video is going to be focused on your client consultation. This is extremely important. This is one of the first steps that you will perform after you've done all of your pre-work in video 1. Your client consultation, it could be someone who's interested in selling their home and has been referred to you, and of course you're going to be anxious, but some of these questions, if I were you, make sure that you listen and have that conversation, because that will determine the pace on how to sell the home and whether or not you'd even want to proceed, or even if you'd be able to provide a quality service or be any type of benefit to this person or this seller. Very first thing during your phone call or your screening or your interview with this potential seller, you want to find out how soon are you looking to move. If they are looking to move within 30 days, then you know that, hey, it's crunch time and you have to be on top of it. Make sure that all documentation is received in time, and just really be extremely proactive to the best of your knowledge and share expectations. If you find out that they're not moving into the next 6 months, then you know that, hey, they are a serious buyer, but you may, if you have other sellers, you have an opportunity to kind of gauge the pace and how to divvy up your energy on pretty much a priority list for your different sellers, right? The next thing is what's your address? You want to make sure that you get the address of the home. That will allow you to log into any of the systems that I mentioned in the very first video, specifically the MLS system, so you can maybe try to see what's going on in that neighborhood to begin your comps. The next question is, what's your motive to sell? Now, this is really big. You want to make sure that you are providing a service. So is your seller selling a home because they can no longer afford it? Is your seller selling the home because they are looking to upgrade, because their family is growing? Is your seller selling a home because they're looking to downgrade, or they are retiring and they don't want this huge home and they just really want something small and maintenance? This is going to give you guidance on how to assist. This is going to give you an opportunity on just really helping. You don't want to send your client to certain neighborhoods. You really want to build that rapport and start building that relationship to get them to the finish line so everyone can be happy across the board. The next thing is do you have a copy of your survey? This is important. Ask your seller, do you have a copy of your survey? It can go 3 ways. If they have it, great. If they don't, then ask your seller to contact their title company, whoever they closed with when they initially purchased the home. Typically, that title company will not mind at all forwarding over by email, or they can the seller can go to the title company and pick it up. But sending that title over can save your seller between $500 to $700. Depending on how the contract is written for the offer that you do receive on the home, once it's listed, it may or may not be a requirement, but it's definitely something that's important, because if there isn't a survey that can be found, then that means that the home will have to be surveyed. So if it is surveyed, the timeline for a survey, or the turnaround time frame, that's something that's crucial and can cause for your closing date to be pushed back. So if they can find it, great. If not, that's something early on that we need to know, so we can find a surveyor to schedule that time out, so we cannot go beyond our closing date if and when you do get an offer. The next thing you want to know is, how did you hear about me? This is part of your marketing. So if something is working, whether it's your Facebook, your family networking, Instagram, whatever that platform is, we want to know. So figure out, hey, how did you contact me? Because if so, it's working, and we want to continue to do that again. Last but not least, you want to share that address of that home to your title company. So if you're beginning and you haven't necessarily build a rapport with your title company, this is that opportunity. But the whole point of it is that you want to make sure that that title is somewhat decent and clear. So your title company has the opportunity to look and see what all is attached to this address. If this home is overwhelmed with several liens and your seller may or may not know, that can actually halt the sale. So or it can halt or determine how much they'd be walking away with once the home is sold, which is extremely important, especially when you're pulling comps and coming up with the final price of the home, right? We want to make sure that it all makes sense and is beneficial for all parties. Everything we get to know of up front and all of the pre-work will make the process go smoothly. So we want to make sure that we manage the process and not necessarily the people through this entire time. And I think that's pretty much it as far as your client consultation. So again, have that phone call. How soon are you looking to move? What's the address of your home? What's your motive? Do you have a survey? How did you hear about me? And talk to your title company so we can determine, hey, is this home good to go? What do I need to know about it before I move forward? And let's go to the next video.